who do you think has more access to hookup culture, men or women?
I don't know. I would probably say it's pretty even because there's a lot of men that are single and looking for, hookups, and there's also a lot of women that might, sexually, that's what they want is just a hookup. But maybe I'll go with men.
Ensley?
Women, 100%. Men are so fucking easy. I agree with Ensley.
I do too. I feel like it is kind of even. I don't know.
Tilt the microphone down towards you a bit. By the way, you can scoot your chair in because, it'll make it much easier to talk into the microphone.
I think it's kind of even, like she said. Like, guys have that privilege of just being able to fuck around and, like, talk to multiple women at a time and, like, no one even bats an eye.
No one bats an eye when men
or, like,
sleep
whores.
around.
Yeah.
Okay. And so do you think that that's unfair?
I don't think it's necessarily unfair. Like, I can care less, but I think it's definitely does play into that role.
So you think, just to answer the question, who has more access to hookup culture? You think it's men or it's women?
Yeah, I think it's men.
Men have more access to hookup culture.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, do you want to come in on this?
I think women for sure, because I feel like if a girl is trying to, like, get with a guy, like, just in general, I feel like the guy would not say no compared to, like, a girl, or if a guy was, like, trying to get with a girl. Like, I feel like it'd be way harder for the guy to make that happen than a girl.
Yeah, it's most definitely women, because like she said, so many guys are just fiending, bro. It's kind of crazy, especially playing on a football team. Like, you're around dudes all day, and you go to a party or anything, guys are just super easy, and I don't know, I don't like it being that way, like, but I think it's definitely girls can, when it comes to access, they can say yes or no whenever they want. I think guys have to, like, work for, if they want to hook up with a girl, they got to work. So
you think it's easier for women to get laid?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
We'll go around the table again on that because that's a slightly different question. Your answer to that?
Yeah, I would have to agree that it's easier for women to get laid, I would say. Because they can decide. I feel like women also have a lot more options than guys would, and it's probably easier for them to get those options as well.
Actually, you know what? I want to start over here.
I was in the restroom. I missed the question.
Oh, is it easier for men or women to get laid?
Oh, I think women, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely a woman.
Definitely women. Also, I've heard on dating apps too, like, I've heard guys, they literally just...
Into the microphone, please.
Sorry. They literally just swipe, like, right on everything.
Yep.
And then whoever they match with, they're like, oh, okay. And then they, like, talk to them. But I was like, damn, really? Like, you guys just... I don't know if that's probably... Yeah, I don't know. That's like... Yeah. Is that true?
Is that guys just swipe?
Yeah, is that... Like,
yeah, I think guys kind of just swipe a bit more indiscriminately. I think women are more selective. Go ahead, Natasha.
Yeah, I would say women for sure. I think guys aren't picky at all these days.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So I want to pull up a chart. Eric, before you switch it over to the window tab, put it over to the hypergamy chart. And then once you're there, switch it over. So is it F11, by the way? Can you scroll out one? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so this is a chart, and I just want your guys' impression of this, your reaction to this chart. So on the left there, you have whom men would happily partner with, and on the right, you have whom women would happily partner with. So basically, men are willing to date. They're willing to date across. They're willing to date down. They're willing to date up. And this maybe this is wrong, but I want to get your guys' reaction to this. So basically what you have happening here is you have women going after the top 20% of men, basically. Agree or disagree with this? You go ahead.
I would disagree
You disagree?
Yeah, because
Okay.
well, just in my case, I feel like I have definitely dated down, and I feel like I have definitely dated like a catch.
Okay.
Or someone more attractive.
Yeah, I think women are just a little pickier, whereas like guys can see qualities in a lot of different aspects, whereas women, we I think we're pretty secure and know what we want, and it's fewer men who provide that. We aren't willing to branch out so much and be like, well, they make up for a lot of things in other categories. We're more like, no, we want this one. Whereas men are like, well, she doesn't do this, but she has this. They're a bit more compromising with their standards.
Sure.
Yeah, I would say that the chart is accurate. It's really like crazy to me because I hear stories from guys, like just guy friends, and they tell me like who they hooked up with and whatever happens, whatever, you know. And they say that they really didn't even find some of these girls attractive. They just did it to do it. And I couldn't even understand that. I don't get that. So
Yeah, I agree with the chart.
I think it's pretty accurate. I think that's crazy as hell too. Like, how could a guy hook up with a girl and then 5 minutes later already be not even just regretting it, but like just having like that mindset of like, oh well, it already happened. Like, didn't even want to in the first place, but like
they're so detached from it.
yeah, exactly. Like detached from reality.
Can you show the camera your nails, by the way? Can we get a little?
They're a little shitty,
She does
but they change colors based on the temperature.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
How do you wipe?
I don't use my fingers. I don't claw into my ass, so it's okay.
Kitty, go ahead, answer the initial question.
I agree with the chart as well. I feel like you said, a lot of men are kind of trying to figure out what they want, whereas more times women know what they want. And like if we're matching up age groups.
Yeah, I'd agree with it, I'd say, because like we were talking about earlier, like the football players and just guys can be crazy, man, and they'll take what's given to them. So I feel like it's true in an extent. Yeah.
In the rare occasion, and I've only seen it a couple times with some of my friends, I've known a couple of girls who would purposely like date down, like to make kind of, I don't know, it's a weird way to say it, but they wanted to basically feel a superiority complex over their boyfriend. And I feel like if a girl is dating up, it's either because the guy has status, money, or super attractive, obviously. But I think it kind of, I agree with the chart for the most part, but I have seen like girls who date down for that superiority complex. It's the weirdest thing ever, but.
Word? Wait, but so okay. A few of you guys said that men have more access to hookup culture. But I mean, if we're going by the chart, and I would say that the top 10, maybe top 20% of men have access to hookup culture. But the fact of the matter is that the average man has no access to hookup culture. Whereas the average woman, if she was so inclined, could very easily hook up with someone. Average men can't really partake in hookup culture. In other words, regularly hooking up with new people. For average men, it's for most of them to get sex, it's going to have to be a relationship. So
That's facts.
thank you, Natasha. I want to ask you guys a question. Would you guys be okay dating an average guy?
Can I ask like average looking or average in
Just
general?
average in all, average earner, average looking, average personality, not particularly funny. Nice, decent guy, decent dude, but just average, unremarkable.
You wanna go?
It's a hard no.
Is he loyal and does he lie?
He is loyal.
Averagely loyal.
Yeah.
I would say yeah. There's nothing bad with him. Like, I don't mind average.
Okay.
Just as long as he's not a robot, obviously.
Okay.
If I considered myself average, probably, but
you're a 10, so.
yeah, I like to stay on par.
I would say no, because why would you date average if you could do better?
Okay.
Yeah, same. I think it also just depends on both self-esteems.
like the man and the guy, because like a girl could be super pretty but then have a horrible self-esteem or dysmorphia, you know. So I think it just depends too on like how she is, you know, about herself, because I've seen girls too that are like really pretty and then with like this man that I'm like, why are you with him? No offense. Or the other way around, like, you know,
Sure.
like
Oh, where you continue? Go
oh, no,
ahead.
that's it.
Okay. Go ahead.
I feel like it depends if I like think he's average, because if like he's average in everyone else's eyes but not in mine, I don't give a fuck. Like that's like my man.
There are certain metrics that we can look at. I mean, we can look at income, we can look at height. So I mean, we can go. Do you have a height preference?
Yes.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
What is your height limit? Like bare minimum height. for a
Bare
guy.
minimum is 5'9". Like I will not do anything lower than that.
Mhm.
But like what I'm like aiming for, I guess, would be like 6 foot.
6
But
feet.
like I
Okay.
don't exclude from that. Like I'm not like, ew, you're 5'11".
Okay. Fair enough.
The average question? No. Actually, realistically, I would not date someone who was
Average. Okay. So an average guy is probably a guy, you know, once he's out of university, he's 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", making $40,000-$50,000 a year. Average.
I think it also depends on how you're doing. Like, if you're doing the same, you can't really like knock him down for doing what.
I think it
Come on
also
in.
it depends too on their emotional maturity and their loyalty and just how they are and like as a person, you know.
So I guess I want to ask this question a slightly different way. Do any of you have would you rather have a loyal average guy, he's loyal to you, or share a top tier male? So maybe you're the main chick, but he's gonna fuck around. You're the main chick, but he's gonna have side pieces. But he's fucking super attractive, all the other, you know, tall, wealthy, status.
I would rather have a guy that's very loyal, very just emotionally in tuned. Just I think that's more important.
Okay, I'll go around the table on this one. Go ahead.
I would not want to be with someone who was like had a side piece in any circumstance. Yeah, I would definitely pick the average guy who's loyal.
Do any of you have a celebrity crush?
Leo's got my heart.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh my God, yes.
So would you be
I'm still in the
okay?
age range if you're out there, babe.
Would you be okay sharing Leonardo DiCaprio?
Absolutely. Sharing is caring.
Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, I would share. I'd be able to share.
A top tier
Top
guy.
tier, yeah.
Okay. You already answered. Okay, we'll let you go.
I personally can't.
You can't share. Okay.
I wouldn't, but if it was Travis Kelce.
Okay. If it was can you guys think maybe a rapper, Bad Bunny?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, you'd share.
Pitt. Yeah.
Even
100%.
current age Brad Pitt. He's still a babe.
No, like
he's still
him,
a babe.
like
Young.
in the 90s, early 2000s. Yes.
Or ASAP Rocky.